already. I mean, there's the possibility they get another couple of inches. Spots could be picking up 3, 4, even 6, possibly 7 inches of rain before it's all said and done, because these storms are training over the same area. So just picture a train track and these storms going over the same spot over and over and over again, putting down some very heavy rainfall as these storms move through. Berryville seeing a bit of a break right now with lighter rain, but heavier rain is out to your west. Let's go a little bit further to the west, Brad. Let's take a look at Benton County before we focus in on those storms in Washington County. A lot of heavy rain from Pea Ridge to Rogers into the Lowell area. Would not be surprised to see flooding going on throughout Rogers as well. Some of those areas, and then back throughout western sections of Benton County where the rain continues to fall. Thankfully, the severe weather threat into northeastern Oklahoma and a good majority in northwest Arkansas will continue to diminish as we go throughout the next hour or so. It's going to turn into a rain event. However, we still have that severe thunderstorm capable of some very strong winds sitting right on the Fayetteville area, and maybe we can turn over to the camera downtown Fayetteville, or at least on Dixon Street, the Walton Arts Center camera. We'll try to get that camera for you, as those storms are going to be coming right through the area. But here's the latest storm track. At least this line of storms doesn't mean that the winds aren't going to happen a little bit earlier. But Fayetteville at about 8:50, the storm will be right over you. Goshen, 23 minutes from now. Elkins in 24 minutes, as those storms roll across Washington County and then eventually on toward the Madison County area. Daniel?
All right, thank you, Drew. And we do want to let folks know, if you live in the Fayetteville area, you probably received a robocall, what's an automatic phone call letting you know to take cover. Well, you saw the reason why there when Drew showed you the radar, as that severe weather is moving into and over your area. Also, we just got an update from Salem Springs, the public information officer there, telling us that right now they're unaware of any damage. However, a possible tornado did touch down briefly just southwest of Salem Springs, so we're going to continue to check on that throughout the evening. Let's check now with Damon Shaw, our 4029 storm spotter. And Damon, looks like you're moving again. Tell us where you're going and what you're doing.
Well, decided to head down from Mount Sequoia and now going to head towards downtown Fayetteville, see if we can get it into an area that's a little bit better lit with some of the heavy rain, winds, and maybe even some hail moving into the city. So I'm going to see if I can get some shots of some trees blowing, as well as possible hail with that line of storms just to the west of Fayetteville. Again, the shelf cloud has passed, at least the initial shelf cloud has passed over Fayetteville, and the winds are blowing from the north to the south, and that is good news. Temperatures are in the upper 50s, and that's going to reduce the tornadic risk at least a little bit, and probably part of the reason why the tornado warning was replaced with a severe thunderstorm warning. So I'm going to see if I can find a place here for some of these winds. Okay. And possible hail moving into the city.
Storm spotter David Shaw, please be safe out there, and we'll check back in with you in just a few moments. We have some local photos to show you here. The hail, as David said, coming down at Fayetteville, and this is in Salem Springs earlier. Now, we were told there was no significant damage in Salem Springs, but of course you can see that looks like pea to nickel size hail there from a viewer. Also some golf ball sized hail. That's from Salem Springs as well. So obviously Salem Springs got hit pretty hard tonight with severe weather, and also another one from Salem Springs. I guess that would be about quarter-sized hail or so from that. Now let's take a live look outside. Again, this is in Lowell, Interstate 49 you see there from our JB Hunt camera, and again, thunderstorm warnings are in effect for Washington, Benton, Madison, and Adair counties until 9:15. A lot of lightning, Drew, and a little bit of hail, actually a lot of hail, as we saw in some of those photos there, and this is, I guess, what folks can expect throughout the night if you're in the path of that storm. True.
All right, Daniel, we'll take a look at the radar, and you can almost notice this little thin green line here. That's what we call the outflow, or the air that's flowing out from that particular thunderstorm that could be producing some damaging winds. You can see it basically right over Fayetteville, extending down to 265 near Prairie Grove. These storms are going to be basically right over Fayetteville within the next couple of minutes, and then tracking toward Wyman into Goshen and the Harris community as well. As we go a little bit further to the south, in fact, Brad, let's go a little bit down near the West Fork area. Notice this section is going to be cutting across central sections of Washington County Also near the Elkins area, need to be prepared for showers and thunderstorms. You know, the other thing is we've got several state parks that are around here. You've got Devil's Den State Park, where a lot of folks are going to be camping for spring break. Also Lake Fort Smith, a little bit further to the south as well. So hopefully those folks are getting ready for these showers and thunderstorms and pretty intense winds and lightning, rain, and even some hail. So Fayetteville, pretty much over you right now. Elkins, you have about 20 minutes or so. So just a little bit after the 9 o'clock hour, those storms are going to be coming through. This line is going to be going into Madison County as well. Let's take a look at a live look outside for the Molten Arts Center camera in Fayetteville. We got the storms that are going to be basically right on top of Dixon Street very soon. You can see the lightning in the distance as those storms are moving through. Brad, I wanted to ask you, I know you've been at least keeping tabs on the chat. Anything new from the National Weather Service in Tulsa?
You know, it really seems like the main focus of what's going on, at least in northwest Arkansas, now it's this chance for those very gusty winds as well as that heavy rain we continue to see come on down. Of course, we have the flash flood watch still in effect across all of Benton County, parts of Delaware County, and into Carroll County as well. So you can see why. Look at all the heavy swath of rain moving on through. We've already had reports of 1 to 2+ inches of rain there. So I certainly think we could be seeing some flooding issues as we go on throughout the night as these storms just continue to train right on through. I also want to just kind of show you River Valley. You know, we're not forgetting about you. You just haven't seen these storms come on through yet. Let me show you what's kind of going off a little farther off to the west. We still have some very strong storms here out just south of the Tulsa area and tracking along I-40. As these continue to move east, I mean, Fort Smith, Sequoia County, down into LaFleur County, you really haven't been touched by a whole lot of severe weather just yet. So you're primed and ready to go once these storms begin to move on in. I think the best timing for that for you should be between about 9 and midnight. After the midnight hour, I think most of these storms should begin to subside, push off to the east, and eventually calm on down. But River Valley folks, you'll certainly have to watch out for this as these storms continue to track on into your area over the next several hours. And Daniel, I'm going to toss it over to you for the latest.
All right. Well, we do have some reports of quarter-sized hail in the Springdale area right now, and we do have storm spotter Jeff Dixon just south of Springdale near Don Tyson and Interstate 49 on the phone with us. Jeff, can you tell us what you're seeing right now?
Sure, absolutely. I am sitting here actually on Don Tyson looking west. The rain just picked up. We've got heavy rain coming down. A little bit of hail, nothing too major. Pea size at best falling. No wind really per se, but just heavy wind or heavy rain and a little bit of hail falling.
All right. And are you seeing the cool down that some of our other storm spotters have seen, like Damon, where you have that cool down from the air rushing out? It looks like we may have lost Jeff there in there.
Nope.
Jeff,
I'm here.
Okay. Are you seeing that
yeah.
cool down, the cool air starting to come into the Springdale area?
Yeah, right now it shows to be about 50, 52 degrees where I'm sitting, of course, according to the thermometer on my vehicle.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Now we have Brett Rains. He's live for us from Rogers tonight. And, Brett, I imagine things are starting to pick up there.
They are. As we've been listening to you guys talk, the rain has really come in sheets. In fact, it just lightened up briefly. But now, as you can see, bigger drops are starting to come down again. The lightning out here is really going as well. Hard to say how much rain we've gotten in a short amount of time. Simply, it's a lot. And we'll keep an eye on it out here in Rogers. Live in Rogers, I'm Brett Rains, 4029 News.
All right, thank you very much, Brent. And again, a thunderstorm warning in effect for Washington, Benton, Madison, and Adair County. That runs until 9:15, so you've got about 25 more minutes of this severe weather that we're tracking for you. We're going to continue to monitor these storms and stay on both 4029 and the Arkansas CW as long as they continue to threaten our viewing area. And now let's go back to Chief Meteorologist Drew Michaels. He's standing by with another look at the radar and how things are shaping up right now. Drew.
All right, well, the storms continue to line up across northeastern Oklahoma and northwest Arkansas. Severe thunderstorm warning continues until 9:15 for Washington County, Benton County, Adair, and Madison County's there. So notice we've got the storms continuing, and we've got basically a pretty decent line of showers and thunderstorms extending from Fayetteville south into the West Fork area. These storms are going to be continuing to move toward basically Madison County from Huntsville into Boston. Here's the line of thunderstorms. Thankfully, at least the tornado warning part has gone away, but this is a pretty intense area of storms that's going to be moving east. Could see some 60-mile-an-hour winds.